Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Rodney, and I'm back, and I wanted to talk about the after show for the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. All right, let me tell you something. For the most part, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't see too many after shows start right at the beginning of the season. I think they did it with Vanderpump Rules one time, right? I think last season, maybe. I don't know because I didn't watch Vanderpump Rules last season. Um, but I think that when they do the after show for like the Housewives, it some it usually, I don't know, correct me, but it doesn't start right when the season starts. It's some episodes down the road. So for them to already be giving Beverly Hills an after show on the very first episode, where they're really banking, in my opinion, they're really banking on Beverly Hills. Anyway, shout out to Beverly Hills. I know it's only been one episode, but the first episode was good to me. I enjoyed it. Um okay, so the pairings. They have Kyle and Erica Jane, Sutton, Garcelle, and Jennifer Tilly. And then they have Dorit and Bazoma. I can't, girl, we're gonna learn her name. That's a new girl, new woman. Okay. Um, so yeah, they basically start off talking about Dorit, and that's probably going to be the talk of the show, the talk of the season. Jennifer basically said that she's been heard. Have she had already heard in the streets. The streets been talking that Dorit and PK were having issues, that they were not together, and people had certain things to say when they would see them in public, right? They also talked about PK stay. Hey, baby, yeah. They started talking about PK staying in the Beverly Hills Hotel, and that is a very expensive hotel. And Jennifer said that that's where you go to meet a rich husband. Sutton said she ain't seen nobody that with no money. Okay. Um, and then, hey, Jennifer basically started throwing shade at PK. How does PK stay there? Because that hotel is expensive. And then Sutton said, I've been there and I haven't seen one person basically saying she hasn't seen anybody with money there, certainly not PK. And she was like, why do I keep saying things like that? And then Garcelle said, because it's true. Girl, they are not playing with Dorit and PK. You hear me? They are not playing with Dorit and PK. They want to know how PK is at the Beverly Hills because those hotels are expensive and he ain't got no money. Okay. So where is this money coming from? Um, Jennifer made a comment. I'm sure when Dorit heard she was getting a divorce from Pete. She said, I'm sure that when Dorit heard she was getting divorced online, Jennifer is actually low key kind of funny. Girl, like, she's funny. Um, okay, let's talk about the ladies not being supportive or rallying around Dorit when the news broke about her divorce. Okay, there are so many different lenses to look at this through. One of them could just be a very simple, they don't like Dorit. Full stop. Okay, right? Because if people put marriage on a pedestal, and I think that they put marriage on a pedestal, especially amongst this group of women. So for people to really love marriage, for one of your coworkers, close friends, someone who you're in a very intimate, like this is a very intimate workplace, right? It's only 6 or 7 at work. Well, not including the people behind the scenes. I'm talking about like the cast. So this is a very intimate group. Um, so for them not to reach out to Dorit, it really does send the message that, girl, we really don't fool with you like that. I think she said the only one that reached out was Kyle. Nobody else reached out. Um, so that could be one way that they really just don't fool with Dorit. I will say this much, and girl, y'all know for me to be defending Dorit, hello, I did think about this because at first I was like, "Well, Dorit, they don't like you, girl. Shut up." Because if this is what we have to get, we have to also start to realize that if you're not in a good place with somebody, then girl, you need to stop expecting things for them like you're in a good place with that person. With all that being said, I promise. I guess because when I look at some of the other Housewives shows and I see how the girls are really over there like boom, 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 like raging bulls. Like, for example, if Candace and Chris, you know, got a divorce, is if Candace and Chris had got a divorce or filed for divorce, separation, whatever, when all that mess was going on with Giselle and her accusing Chris of what she accused Chris of, and Candace was not seeing it for Giselle, and Giselle couldn't stand Candace, I would not expect Giselle to pick up the phone or even send a message or an email, a smoke signal to Candace about, hearing the news that her and Chris are separated. It just wouldn't make sense, right? If Phaedra and Apollo were getting a divorce or separated around the time when all that mess was going on with Apollo, Phaedra, Kenya, I would not expect Kenya to pick up her phone and send condolences, or not send condolences, but send messages to them about their separation. It just wouldn't make sense because we knew how much those people hated each other. Like they hated each other, right? In this situation, I've never looked at the mess between Garcelle and Dorit and Sutton. Like I've never looked at it as that deep. Girl. So I could see why Dorit could expect these women to, even though we may be mad at each other right now, even though we may not be in the best spot with each other, like I could still see how Dorit would expect them to reach out to her. Because again, y'all correct me if I'm wrong. Now don't get it twisted. They have had some words, right? Garcelle has called Dorit a Karen. Not Dorit. Garcelle has called Dorit a Karen. But I still think in Dorit's head, it's like, girl, y'all really didn't reach out to me, girl. Do y'all think it's that deep where they shouldn't have reached out? Or is it just some girl, if I don't fool with you, I don't fool with you? Um, Cal and Morgan Wade, girl, this light, I'm gonna suck it up and buy it. Girl, this is gonna be my girl. I'm just kidding. Shout out to Yaya. Yaya sent me a list of ring lights. I'm just gonna suck it up and buy one of those, girl, because I'm sick of her. Sick of her. Not you, Yaya, the ring light. Okay. How about y'all like now how I get in it? Now how I get in it. Shout out to Nene. Um, so Cal is still not using Morgan's name. I am so lost. When I tell you I'm a confused bitch over here, when I tell you I don't know what's going on with Cal and this girl, Cal, you was just a kissing lesbian the other day. Girl, you was just prancing this girl around. When I tell you Cal is so confusing to me, like I get it when I break up because they never were together. I don't know what they were doing. It's just weird to me that because how Cal really had that lady in our faces, now she's even going as far as saying, I'm not going to say her name. Girl, like what? Like, girl, did she send you an NDA? Was the end of the friendship? Was it just explosive and it just was a mess? Like, why is Cal now on this roller coaster of not saying this girl's name? After all the prancing around she did with Morgan. I'm not to sound insensitive. I said this in my review. I'm gonna say it again. Cal had that lady at her best friend's celebration of life. Cal had that lady at her best friend's celebration of life singing a song. Cal had that lady down to the tattoo parlor, bitch, getting that lady's name, getting a tattoo in her body with the letter of her first initial, her. And now all of a sudden, girl, you can't say her name. You better say my name. Okay. Something feels strange. Okay. I'm writing a complaint. I'm just asking you to say my name. Oh. Yeah, that's a remix. Get into the Say My Name Timberland remix. Y'all girls, that's old school for y'all. Some of y'all don't know about. Some of y'all really not know real Destiny Child fan. I be forgetting, girl. Y'all don't be knowing that child. So listen, Sutton. Oh yeah, I'm lost. Sutton. When I tell you Sutton is a messy bitch. Do you hear me? That's a messy heifer. If I was Kyle, I would have picked up my phone and told Sutton, girl, keep on telling my business, bitch, and we're gonna have a problem. I did not like the way Sutton told Kyle's business. Girl, Sutton told us that Kyle tried to sleep with Kevin Costner. Girl, when they were in Aspen. Now, I don't know when this was, but I'm assuming it was recently. Because I know she's not trying to say she was trying to sleep with the man while, I mean, she's still legally married to Mauricio, but you know when they were together. So Sutton was telling the story about Kyle trying to sleep with Kevin Costner. And then Garcelle said, well, girl, you wanted a piece too, basically. Why you sitting there trying to tell Kyle's business? Tell your own, Sutton. Sutton would have got cursed out. Sutton would have got cursed out. Girl, stop telling my business. Girl, talk about who you fucking. Okay? Don't talk about me. That's why I'm trying to tell y'all, girl. I'm trying to tell y'all, the girls think I'll be lying when I be telling y'all this. Go, when you go out of town and you about to do your own, girl, you got to go out of town and hold by yourself. Because, girl, you can't even take your friends with you because them hoes run their mouth too much. Girl, I keep telling y'all, lesson 101 in hoeing. When you want to go and have a good time, when you want to do a Hostella got her groove back, when you want to go out of town and, girl, bust it wide open, and then come back to town like you ain't did nothing, like you just saved, holy and sanctified, you got to do your slutting and your hoeing by yourself. Okay? You cannot do it with your friends because you got a bitch like Sutton who gonna come back and tell all your business. Why are you telling everybody down to the World Wide Web, to the Beverly Hills after show that Kyle was trying to sleep with Kevin Costner? That ain't nobody's business. If it wasn't on the show, it didn't happen. Okay? We ain't seen nothing on the show about Kyle trying to sleep with Kevin Costner. So why are you down to the after show running your trap? She's a messy. When I tell you, girl, that's a messy queen. Girl, I keep telling you, you got to do your hoeing by yourself, baby. I'm telling you, you can't trust nobody. Girl. The girls get girl, the girls try to act like, girl, oh girl, I didn't know it was a secret. I didn't know you didn't want anybody to know. Girl, why would I want somebody to know while I'm still legally married to Mauricio, girl, that I'm out here possibly screwing another man? I want to screw another man. Girl, you know the girls will be caring about the lesbians. You know what I'm saying, girl? Mauricio probably got turned on a little bit. He probably thought he was going, you know the niggas, they be thinking that when you like do your little lesbian, your lesbian getaway. They be thinking when you want to experiment in the lady pond, girl, they be happy because they think they're gonna get them a piece, right? They think that they gonna join in, so they don't care about the lesbians, right? But girl, you just don't want to. You don't know, girl. Me and Mauricio ain't divorced yet. You know what I'm saying? I don't think they got a prenup, so I think Cal all right. But you just don't know. You just don't know. Like, don't be out here telling my business about me out here possibly screwing other men. Because even though Mauricio out here screwing a whole other woman, you know it's different for women. Y'all already know that. And Sutton know that shit too. Anyways, girl, I wanted to talk about how Cal and Dorit are actually very close because Cal was basically talking about how Dorit always says death by 1,000 paper cuts. I guess that's one of Dorit's saying. And girl, literally, they went right back to Dorit talking. And I know they edited it this way, but right after Cal was basically saying how Dorit, Dorit loves to say cut by death by 1,000 paper cuts, and then they showed Dorit saying death by 1,000 paper cuts, and it just got me to believe um, that even more that Kyle is low key full of shit. Because girl, there's no way you are not this close with this girl, and you're repeating and you're talking the way that she talks. You're repeating her sayings. You see what I'm saying? And I know somebody might be like, well, that don't mean nothing necessarily because, I could watch Wendy Williams on TV and start repeating stuff that Wendy Williams said. But no, I think it's a little bit different. I think that Kyle and Dorit were actually close. And I think that Kyle was trying to downplay their relationship. Dorit showing the text messages. They said they were, Erica was talking about basically how she thinks that both of them were going. I'm done with a ring light. We're just gonna talk like this. Erica was saying how she let me lift my hat up a little bit so y'all can. Girl, my head. I ain't did it into my head, girl. That's when I put this hat on. That's because I ain't put no moisturizer, nothing in my on my head. So Erica was basically saying how she thinks that both of them going through things at their home, it kind of made the situations, it kind of exacerbated everything between them. It made things bigger than what it really was, right? Because they were both going through issues in their homes. Dorit showing the messages, was it, girl, when I tell you they are really acting, girl, when I tell you, girl, they are really acting as if, okay, I'm not saying I would do this to my friends, but what I am saying is this. I can understand, girl, I cannot believe I'm Team Dorit. Girl, why I'm Team Dorit? Girl, Dorit, why I'm Team Dorit? Girl, I'm with Dorit on this one, girl. Dorit, it makes sense why Dorit showed those messages. Because if I ain't talked to you, heifer, right? And you done let everybody know we ain't as close as what we said, that we ain't really that close. Then of course, now that we're at the reunion, and we know the reunion is where it goes down. Girl, we know the girls come to the reunion, girl, and that's where that's when they put on the show, and they gotta give they lay it out, they put it on the flow. They put it on the flow, And I believe that Cal was trying to be manipulative in that situation. I believe that they had not spoken, and Cal wanted to make sure that you don't get to the reunion and say anything that could really make me look bad in a way. So I could see why in Dorit's head, she was like, oh, this bitch want to play games with me. You ain't talked to me, and all of a sudden it's time to go to the reunion, and you sending me messages and all this bullshit. I could see why Dorit was looking at it that way. It makes sense to me. But they tried to act like what Dorit did was just so low and just so gutter snipe and just like in the trash. Like it's just so vindictive. And I've never seen anyone go that low on this show before. Now, I ain't been watching Beverly Hills like that. Now, I might have to give a little pushback on Miss Kyle Richards. Kyle? Now, I don't know if this is the lowest that we've ever seen on the show. Because the people said that you threw your own sister under the bus when it came to her alcoholism. Whoa! 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 Whoa, baby! Whoa, Nelly! That's what the people said. So the people said that you full of shit, Cal, because this ain't no low. This ain't no low, because baby, they said you been took her to the flow with your own sister. Now I wasn't there because I wasn't watching Beverly Hills like that back in the day, like that. I watched the episode here or there, but I don't know the storylines. But the people said, "Cal, you full of shit." That Girl, I'm not gonna lie. They was talking about the party and how they were talking about the fashions. And I think Bazoma, what's her name? Bazoma, she had her dress flown in. First class, baby. And Bazoma said that girl, if you're gonna be if you're gonna be throwing a party, then girl, you gotta go all. I would, girl. I thought Sutton looked a fucking mess at that party. Sutton came into the show, girl. For those girls who know, Sutton came on to this show talking about couture, 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 and then girl, it looked like you. Girl, once they Sutton looked a fool at that party. Baby, when Kyle said that Dorit should have put some sandwiches on her, bitch, bitch, when Kyle said that Dorit should have put some sandwiches on her hat and served them to the party, bitch, when I tell you I screamed, girl, Kyle is a mess, but Kyle is funny to me. I've been telling y'all this for seasons, girl. Kyle is actually like a funny woman to me. Like, I've caught myself laughing at Kyle like more than a few times. Like, Kyle is like low-key hilarious. Girl. Anyways, um, and then yeah, let's just talk about the dresses. You know, I still, even though I had my a strong opinion about Dorit's look, you know, I still feel like even though I guess it necessarily wasn't on theme, I still feel like I liked her look the best out of the rest of the girl. Not the best. I thought Erica had the best look. But out of the girls, my top two were Erica. Erica was number one. If Erica would have had a hat on, I think she would have sent it to the girl because Erica was sickening to me. And I love Kyle's hair, the reindeer, the antlers. I thought that was so fly. How her hair was twisted into that. I thought that was dope. I just hated her dress. I thought she dropped the ball at the dress. Sutton looked a mess. Bazoma looked nice, but I just feel like her dress kind of looked like something. I feel like somebody they would have wore that dress to like the Oscars, girl. The MTV Awards, the Grammys. You know what I'm saying? Garcelle, no. Garcelle just had on a white. That's I was like, girl, they're really now they're just picking because the same way that y'all are saying talking about Dorit's dress, like, girl, I mean not Kyle Sutton, your dress looked a mess. And Garcelle didn't look bad, but she just had on a girl that she could have wore that dress to the NAACP awards, girl. You know what I'm saying? If Dorit, if Kyle, if Sutton, if what's her face would have took them little flowers around her head, Garcelle, she could have wore that dress anywhere. She could have probably wore that wore that dress to church first Sunday. Anyways, child, let me stop talking about people. All right, I'm gone. They also talked about Garcelle being able to work in her 50s. I gave Garcelle her flowers the last review, and like I said, one thing we have to give Garcelle is that Garcelle has hit the restart button on her career. Garcelle has come into this platform, and she has really put her foot on the gas. Shout out to Garcelle is doing what you're supposed to do with a platform this big. Yes, this is probably the biggest platform that Garcelle has ever been on, having this many eyes on her weekly. You see what I'm saying? Yes. So shout out to Garcelle. All right, y'all. I'm gone. I'll talk to y'all next week. Bye. All right, this week. Cause yeah. Oh, wait. No, next week. No, wait. Yeah, next week. Yeah, next week. Okay, because the show comes. I'm thinking it comes on Sunday, but it comes on like Tuesday or Wednesday. Anyways, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.